Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome you guys if you are new. Today I am bringing you guys some meal prepping. You guys voted on my community tab, and please guys, if you haven't already, please hit your notification bells and subscribe, because I post a lot on the community tab when I have announcements or giveaways or just like what's going to be coming out for the week when I post a video. So I try to keep it with Sundays and Tuesdays and Fridays, but sometimes I just mix it up and I'll post a video randomly. So anyway, on the community tab I had you guys vote. You told me your number one thing, like two were close second. Your number one thing was freezer meals. So that is on my agenda. That won't be in today's video, but that is on my agenda to start making different freezer meal videos, because it not only saves money, but it cuts down on time, and it's such a lifesaver. So I'm going to be sharing that hopefully next week with you. I'll probably start with breakfast, because that is the most requested one in my house, are some awesome breakfast recipes that I freeze and make. So there is that. But today I'm bringing you a meal prep. This was actually last week's meal prep I filmed. I was trying to get on a roll of meal prepping and doing that sort of thing. So I hope to save you guys a lot of money and time. I'm going to be sharing videos that are focused on budgeting and getting that all under control, because I'm telling you, our electricity bill was double, if not triple. I don't even know. I mean, I was, for the first time in all the years, like we've been married 17 years, that was the first time my bill has risen that high. So I was shocked and disgusted. And it's pretty much like that with all of our utilities right now, and our grocery and our gas, and everything is just rising. So I'm going to try to save you guys some money in some upcoming videos with tips, tricks, anything I possibly can to help you guys and to help me get in line with my budget. But I'll quit rambling. Today is going to be a meal prep. I'm going to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's super simple stuff that anybody can prep out, and it just gets your week started off right. So please, you guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like I said, and let's get into it. Okay, guys, this is so easy, and this is so good. I'm going to start making this weekly, and they actually sell like a low sugar or no sugar added one at Aldi's now. It's a little pricey. It's $4.99, but I just bought the Greek yogurt, like regular one. It's a little over $3, but you can use the regular vanilla yogurt also. You don't have to use Greek. All I'm doing is I put some, I've made this before without putting the saran wrap down, the wax down, or parchment paper, but you don't want to do that because it is so hard to get off there. So put the paper down, do yourself a favor. All I did was spread that out all over, and I'm just going to top that with some blueberries, strawberries, granola, and some chocolate chips, and then you just freeze that, and it's called yogurt bark, and it's so delicious, and the kids love it. So now I'm going to make something else I saw. It's kind of like the base of like protein balls that I make all the time. So you're going to mix yogurt, you're going to mix peanut butter, and you can add more or less. I like to melt my peanut butter. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just mixing that together, and that is going to be the base of our muffins or cupcakes or whatever you want to call these. They were incredible. So all I'm doing here is just smushing that down in the bottoms of this muffin tin. And you could even make these in like the mini muffin tin if you want to do that. But to save time, I was just using the larger one. Plus, I like the larger ones anyway. So I'm just going to squish that down in there. And then we are going to top it with some of the yogurt, because I bought 2 containers of yogurt. And so we're going to spread that on top. By the way, you can use like 1/4 cup of peanut butter and 1 cup of oats. And you can use 1/4 cup of maple syrup. But I usually don't have maple syrup on hand because it's so expensive that I just keep honey on hand. And honestly, you can use whatever fruits that you prefer. I like to keep it simple and use blueberries and strawberries because our kids love that. And this is such an awesome little treat, like for you to freeze. It's so, so good. You just got to let it thaw out a little bit before you serve it. But I love to put it in the freezer and have these on hand because it's like a sweet treat, and I've got such a sweet tooth. So of course I added some chocolate chips on there because you can't go wrong with chocolate chips. So now we are coming over to my weekly thing that I love to make, and I really shouldn't make it because I devour these. So what I do is I put a 1.5 cups of oats, and then I put a cup of peanut butter, and I put 2 scoops of protein powder. But honestly, you can mix this up however you want to. And sometimes you can put honey in it, or you can put maple syrup. A lot of times I'll just omit that. If I put anything, I'll put like a dash of honey. And then I throw some chocolate chips in just to give it a little bit more flavor. Honestly, just because I love chocolate. And then all I do is stir all of that together. And honestly, you should melt your peanut butter if you're going to make this, because it's really hard to mix together otherwise. And then what I'll do is just roll these into little balls and put them in the freezer. And that way I have like this sweet, sweet treat that's actually loaded with protein. This is something Ryan eats. I don't really eat these. I just prefer to have my oatmeal hot. And you can honestly heat these up too if you want to. I'm just putting the oatmeal in the bottom. I'm putting probably about 1.5 cups or maybe a cup. I can't remember what I did on this one. I change it up sometimes. Sometimes I put 1.5 cups, sometimes put a cup. Then I throw some blueberries in there because Ryan loves blueberries with his oatmeal. And he loves peanut butter. So I'm putting about 1 to 2 tablespoons of peanut butter in there. I throw either flaxseed or chia seeds in there, and then I pour the milk in. So I really just eyeball it. So I hate to tell you an exact amount. You can put like, I try to have obviously more liquid to soak those oats up, but the general rule of making regular oats is like I make 1/2 cup of oats with a cup of liquid. So with this, I'm just like eyeballing it till I get the right consistency, because sometimes I make them too dry and sometimes I make them too liquidy. So I'm adding a little bit more, as you can see on this. And then you just shake them, and you can put them in your fridge and they're good to go. And you can even take it one step farther and make like packets that you can freeze and have ready to pop in the jars. So here I usually would put my seasonings in with this, but Ryan likes chicken too sometimes. So all I'm going to do is just cook this all day in the crock pot, because it's just easy to shred. And honestly, a really, really easy way to shred this, if you don't feel like shredding it like with forks and stuff, is you can take a mixer and just put the beaters on it, and it mixes it perfectly. But we like to keep it separate because Ryan likes to put his own sauce on it, and so do I, and that just makes it easier for us. So this is a super easy way to make meatballs. I love to make them this way. I just throw either ground turkey, ground chicken, or if you want to use beef, you can use beef. I throw some seasonings, like a little dash of Italian seasoning and some garlic powder and some onion powder, and you can throw salt in it if you want to. I'm not big on salt, but sometimes I'll put a little bit of Himalayan salt on there. And then I just spray my muffin tin, and I just roll these until they, I make them a little bit like in the medium size. And I just bake them in the oven at 425 for about 20 minutes. I kind of check that though, just to see if they're done. It might need longer than that depending on your oven. So it's super duper easy way to make like little meatballs. And honestly, these didn't last past the day. I ate them for my lunch. And Emily ate some because she loves them. So here I am taking some sweet potatoes I needed to use up that were in the cabinet. I just diced them up, added some olive oil, some pepper, some salt, garlic powder, that sort of stuff. I'm going to mix them together, and I'm going to take my big sheet pan, which I can link that in my Amazon description. Like, I do have Amazon links, you guys. I just always forget to tell you all that. For anything that I use off of Amazon, and none of it's like affiliated. It's just stuff that I actually buy and I actually use all the time. So I was making sweet potatoes, and now I'm making regular potatoes because, like I said, I don't know if I've said this in this video, nobody else likes sweet potatoes but me. So now I'm going to dice up the regular potatoes, and I'm just laying them out on the pan, on my second sheet pan. And then I'm also going to drizzle all of the seasonings on this, the olive oil, and then I had some more onions I needed to use up, and I love peppers and onions together. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm throwing the peppers and onions in with this mixture, and I'm just going to do the same thing with them as I did with both sets of potatoes. I'll throw some olive oil on it, some salt, some pepper, garlic powder, anything that you guys like. And then you just pop them in the oven, and I usually eyeball it. I throw it in for 45 minutes and see if it's done. And then you've got potatoes all prepped out for dinner, for lunch, for whatever you need them for. And they're so, so good. Okay, you guys, I am trying a new recipe here. This was nothing I've ever made, but I had some nasty bananas and I will not throw them away. I will either freeze them or use them for banana bread or some sort of dish. So all I'm doing here, these are going to be called banana protein muffins, and the kids absolutely loved them. I took the bananas that I used. You could use about 3 medium ones mashed up, or I just threw them in like that. Then I took 1 tablespoon of honey, 3 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 3/4 cup of almond flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 scoops of protein powder, and then you can put a 1/3 cup of almond butter or peanut butter or whatever you want. And I like to melt that first, and then you just spoon it into the muffin tins. And you bake them at 350 degrees for, honestly, it depends on your oven, but for about 15 to 20 minutes. It's so easy. And then this is just my 5-5-5 method of eggs. I'm putting them in, as you can put as many as you can fit in there, for 5 minutes. And I put water in with it. Put about a cup of water. You put it in for 5 minutes. Then you let it sit for 5 minutes once it's done. And then you put them in an ice bath for 5 minutes. And they come out perfect every single time I do them that way. And now we're coming back to the meatballs. I'm just taking them out because they are done. And we're just going to go ahead and store all of this stuff. Everything came out perfect. Those are done. They're out of the freezer and they're very hard to get out. Like I said, I should have let them sit longer, but they were amazing, like so amazing. And then there is the bark. As you can see, you just break it up because it's like bark. So I had 2 big containers that I stuck this in. And like, it's easier if you let it come to room temperature a little bit and then try to do this instead of immediately pulling it out of the freezer, because it will stick a little bit to that wax paper. And there you go, guys. There is all the sweet desserts that will save you from eating like all of the brownies and cupcakes. And there is all of like different things you can mix for breakfast or lunch or, you know, whatever you need. And then the kids love the muffins. Okay, you guys, I had to share with you an awesome product that was sent to me for review, and I've never owned one of these. I've talked about them for years, like getting one, and we were literally just talking about needing a meat thermometer in our kitchen because we never totally know. Like, Ryan is really funny about chicken, which I am too, and we never know about like what is the correct temperature, because we hope for the best, and we've never had a meat thermometer, and this brand is awesome. They've got top stars. They were voted Chef's Choice, the #1 rated food thermometer by chefs worldwide, and it's affordable. Some of those things are outrageous on the market. I've also got a discount code for you guys, but this is Chefstemp, and they've got multiple colors, which makes it cool. You can put this in your pocket. It's got a rechargeable battery. It's waterproof, 1 to 3 second readings. It's highly accurate. It is awesome. It's for amateurs or professionals. It's got an easy to use and intuitive design that has a backlight display with auto rotating big digits that are clearly visible. So this is awesome. Let's open this. This is the green one. See, there's a green one. This is a mint green one that they have. This one matches my cookware. This is navy blue. And then this one is orange. So this is awesome. I'm gonna open the one that matches my cookware because I thought this was so cool. I love this. So let me open one of these and we're gonna see what it looks like. So when you open it, it has its little instruction manual. It tells you all of the different readings, the recommended temperatures that your food should be at. It tells you exactly how to operate this and whether you need Celsius or Fahrenheit. It's got a little USB charging cord so you can recharge it. And then it's got this. Look, it's got a little clip on it. So you could clip it, you know, obviously I'm not gonna clip it on my shirt. Oop, that's cool. You can clip it on your shirt, you can clip it on your pants, you know, if you're walking around and you need to carry that. Let's take this digital display off there. But look, it comes out like this. You can put that in your meat. It looks like a pen. It looks like a giant ink pen. Kind of like what was that show I used to watch when I was a little kid on Nickelodeon, and they had like this big thing and you could write with. I think Bill Cosby was the host, which I was a long time ago. But it was on Nickelodeon, and they had like this little thing you could draw with, and it was orange. Anyway, there I go rambling. But this is cool because it is hidden, and you can take this with you and not stab yourself with it. So let's turn this on, and I actually have some chicken cooking, which is, like I said, one of those really, really awful things that we never know if it's actually cooked through. So I'm going to put this in the chicken, and we're going to see what the reading comes up on it. Okay, you guys, so I got the mint green one. I lied. I got the mint green one out. I couldn't power the blue one on. It needs charged. So this one's actually running low on battery. So I've got some chicken that has literally been cooking forever. I'm going to insert this, and it's going to tell me the reading, which that is super hot. This is at 209 degrees Fahrenheit. So I've literally overcooked it because it needs to be at least at 165 degrees to be done. Like they say for, let's see. Now if there's stuffing, it's got a different temperature. It's just got all kinds. It's got water temperatures. It's got bread. It's got ham, eggs, pork, ribs, shoulder meat, beef, veal, lamb. It's got all kinds of different readings. So obviously, I've been cooking it. I've overcooked my chicken because it's been in the crock pot all day and we were at softball. But it goes back to what temperature the room is. Then all I gotta do is reinsert it. It's got a backlight display so you can see it. If it's, you know, you can turn that on and it will light up so you can see what you're doing. This is perfect for grilling, camping, because since I have 4 of these, I'm gonna take one of these camping. Let me know below if I have 4 of these. So let me know below if you would be interested in receiving one of these, and maybe I'll send one of my viewers one. This is really cool. I'll surprise a viewer and maybe send you guys one because I don't need 4. And it's got, like I said, the charging cable, and then let's see what else it does. This is pretty cool. So there's, like I said, different colors. It has a 1-second reading time. It's a pocket-sized kitchen gadget. And it's suitable for both professional chefs and home cooks. It's another amazing innovation from Chefstemp. It is a 4-way rotating display thermometer, which means it will detect your holding angle and rotate the display accordingly. It's convenient for left and right hand users. It's got 4 colors to choose from. It has the Nobility Blue, the Iced Mango, the Lime Zest, and the Tiffany Blue, which, look at that, Tiffany Blue. That is Tiffany. That is the essential one. It's the world's fastest and super accurate because it's 1-second reading time. Accuracy, it uses the same sensor as Chefstemp Final Touch X10 to give pinpoint temperature readings as soon as you put it in the probe. It has a big digit and backlight, and it's got magnetic backing. You can stick the Chefstemp Pocket Pro cooking thermometer to any metal surface, and it's got a rechargeable battery. It's made with a built-in lithium battery and Type-C plug for super fast charging, so you don't have to worry about replacing the battery, which that is awesome because all we do in our house is go through batteries. So I love this. You will see this often because, like I said, I've been a freak for years about making sure meat is cooked, that I overcook it, like you see here. I didn't really need to check that temperature because I know that I have literally nuked the crap out of my chicken. But I wanted to see if it worked, and it does. And like I said, there's the backlight. You just hold the button in for 2 seconds to turn it off, and it is awesome. So thank you, Chefstemp, for sending me this and for giving my husband peace of mind that his chicken is done. But you guys, let me know. Like I said, I have 4 of these. I'm going to keep the one that I've poked, obviously. But if I can send one to one of my viewers, let me know if you guys are interested because I have these. I'm going to put one on my camper. But thank you, Chefstemp. And you guys check them out. I'll have a discount code below, and I'll have this will be linked from now on in my description box. So if you guys are interested, because these are like the sale price is $34.99 I think right now for these, but with my discount code it'll bring it down even lower. So, and it's so like awesome. It's the top of the market. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. Okay friends, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this meal prep. I hope it gave you some easy ideas of things you can prepare in advance and be set for the week. Like I said, I'll be sharing lots of budget-friendly type content coming soon, so be on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys.